Welcome to the Panic Button, everyone. I'm Nina. Woman realizes viral TikTok destroyed her career. All right, let's see what's going on here.
I happen to work for the state, and if I have to watch her keeps hanging out again, I will call CPS. We're all sitting over there. You don't get to touch the video.
Due to the shortness of her skirt, it was like this, and you could see everything open.
Here's this woman I don't know who just came up and touched my bare butt. Like, I have no clue who this is.
A video of a heated confrontation between a mother and a group of younger women goes viral. It captured the aftermath of the older woman tugging on the younger one's skirt, claiming to prevent lewdness. Drama reaches untenable heights as police seek the truth in a case of conflicting, sensationalist reports. The following is based on official police records. It's the evening of April 20th, 2024. Sakura, a Japanese steakhouse in St. George, Utah, is booked with high schoolers before their spring formal dance. Footage uploaded to TikTok captures a heated confrontation between waiting diners.
I happen to work for the state, and if I have to watch her keeps hanging out again, I will call CPS.
You're over 18. She is 19 years old.
You don't get to touch her.
You don't get to touch her.
What's captured on camera is only a fraction of what each side would later claim happened.
You don't get to touch her.
We're all sitting over there.
You don't get to touch the video. Look.
The clip, posted by CC Snow, is viewed over 500,000 times within hours. But what viewers don't know yet is that the woman threatening to call CPS does in fact work inside the Utah Attorney General's office.
So why are you it's not appropriate.
The older woman, later identified as 48-year-old Ida Ann Lorenzo, files an incident report with the St. George Police Department, as she perceives that her family's safety is at stake.
We were at a restaurant yesterday. I was sitting with a 10-year-old sitting on my right-hand side. A bunch of girls walk in. Their skirts were so short that as we're standing there, I see the 10-year-old pointing to one of them, and you could see her entire and the butt cheeks and everything hanging out. And immediately I was like, oh my God, that is completely inappropriate. We do not need to be sitting at a restaurant having a 10-year-old look at someone's private part. They were saying that this particular group of girls, they're called the Slut Squad, and they were just bullies. They bullied everybody around them. And in my opinion...
Hold on, if you've never met these ladies before and you're just seeing them for the first time now, how do you know that they have a code name called Slut Squad? I'm just curious about that. And yes, they may be dressing entirely inappropriate for a restaurant to where you could see their cooters. But there are different ways of approaching this. Instead of getting mad at them, maybe say something like, hey, we could see your hoo-ha, and there are some really evil men in this world who might do some bad things to you because of what they see, and it's leaving you an open target for assault or harassment by men. So maybe you just want to tug that thing down a little bit more, just for your own safety. You could say things like that, but I think getting mad at them is the wrong way to go about it. But that's just me, I guess. Slut Squad, where'd you get that from?
And if 17-year-olds that are going to a high school ball are sitting there calling them bullies and they're known and labeled as the stripper squad, in my opinion, they're fully aware that
Are they the Slut Squad or are they the Stripper Squad? Which one? And who made the name? Did you call your friend who works for the school on your phone and, hey, I'm at this restaurant and there's these 3 slutty chicks who walked in. I could see their cooters. Do you know who they are? Let me take a picture. Okay, I just sent it. Can you tell me who they are? Oh, they're the Slut Squad. Oh, also known as the Stripper Squad? Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna say that in my police report. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think she's just making this up in her head to seem more valid.
behavior is not okay.
She claims to have only acted because the police could not in a timely manner. She meets the responding officer the following day.
Hello, are you Ida?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
Good to meet you. So, these little girls have continued to incite a mob, and I've been harassed all day. Not only did they took it down from St. George Post and her Facebook, but now she put it on Instagram and now she put it on TikTok. At some point, something needs to be done and needs to be stopped, and they have a reputation for doing this, which is why none of the minor kids wanted to get up and say anything. And so, I don't...
The video she posted is currently reached
517,000 views.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that she was not wearing any underwear?
As we could see, yeah, exactly. We could see pubic hair, skin, and everything. Like,
Okay, well, there's a logical explanation for this. She was either not wearing underwear and was wearing a thong, or maybe she was wearing the new Kim Kardashian thong, where they have the pubic hair that's built into the thong. That's also a possibility. Either way, maybe you shouldn't be staring at other ladies' vag holes. Might be a good idea. I mean, they also shouldn't be wearing something. I mean, if this is true, they shouldn't be wearing something that's showing so much or revealing so much, because there are bad men out there who will do bad things because they see that as an invitation or an opening. It's not the woman's fault. It's the men's fault for doing that. But since we all live in the world and reality, we all know there are bad men out there. So maybe we should take some special precautions when we're out in public around strangers.
like honestly.
Are you saying the opening?
Yes, because we were actually seated and she was standing up and she was at a higher.
So you were under her.
Due to the shortness of her skirt, it was like this, and you could see everything open. Not only were there minors involved that were all seated around me, but my son was present as well. That's the only reason why I was like, listen, you're hanging out in front of minors. That's not something that you should take lightly.
Well, just contact your employers, let them know the situation and that they might be getting.
Well, I talked to one of the attorneys and they're like, I talked to my boss and she was like, if she actually was showing her body parts, she's gonna get charged.
Shortly after Ida gives her statement, the other side of the story presents itself from none other than the recipient of Ida's unwanted skirt tug, 19-year-old Avery Leroy. She agrees to come down to the station accompanied by witnesses.
She came up, reached her hands, her cold hands went up my skirt, and I felt her hands up my skirt, and then I felt like a tug. And my skirt doesn't go down much farther, it's not that short of a skirt. And so I felt this tug and I whip around thinking it's one of my friends or something. And I'm just kind of standing there in shock. So I'm like, here's this woman I don't know who just came up and touched my bare butt. I have no clue who this is.
So I stood behind her and I was go like this with my clothing. And I was like, you should probably cover up. And then at that point, she turned and she was like that. And as you can see, they were mob rushing at me as I was trying to stand behind her to cover her butt.
She does that, and then she said,
How fast can these girls in tight skirts and heels run? Have you ever seen a girl in tight skirt and heels run? They kind of you ever seen the Nutcracker? They kind of hop like that, like in Toy Story. They hop, 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 hop. They can't rush you. They're not like linebackers. They're not wearing their gym clothes. They're wearing things that kind of inhibit them from being able to do some sort of physical athletic rush. So, you're able to run away quite easily against women in tight skirts and heels. So I wouldn't be physically threatened by young girl teenagers who aren't wearing the gym clothes in sneakers. But okay.
You're underage, you should probably hide that. If you think I'm underage, why are you touching a minor at all? Especially if you think I don't have underwear on.
Yeah, the logic wasn't there.
No.
And then she came back up a second time after Avery came up. Our other friend Avery, fun fact, same name, she was standing right next to her. And the second time she came up, she touched both their hips and squeezed them, pinched us, and said she was going to call Child Protective Services if she saw
and then the rest was on video.
I saw the video, and I think 57,000 other people saw it too.
Yeah.
More of Avery's friends join her at the police station to give witness statements.
What did she say exactly before? Because the video doesn't, it's bits and pieces, but did she identify who she was?
She just said, I work for this state, and pulled out an ID and it just said her name.
So she gave you that.
Yeah.
We didn't find it until we posted it on
and she was like, I work for this state, you guys are all done. I'm calling the cops and CPS. You guys are toast.
As the other side of the story appears to fill in, one of Avery's friends makes a claim about Ida's activities before the incident that night.
One of her friends that was at the birthday dinner with us, after that happened, she sent the video to her mom. Her mom said, no way, that lady was at the brewery less than an hour ago causing a crazy scene. And so then she showed up there, and when she was looking at us, like her eyes, she wouldn't look at anybody in the eyes when she was talking. Like she just did not seem normal.
I got a standing ovation from everyone that was seating behind me.
That's totally beside the point.
But because of the sensitivity of the nature, and everyone thought she was a minor because she did look like a minor.
Hold up. Did you ask everyone in the area if they thought those girls were minors? That's my first question. Second of all, why does it matter if you were getting a standing ovation? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think most people, when they're out in public doing their thing, they're not paying. Some of them will pay attention to a scene that's happening, but others won't. They just they're like, I don't, not my thing. I'm just gonna do my thing over here. So I don't think that everybody. I mean, she's being very hyperbolic in this situation. Also, if it was true that she was at a brewery. Oh my God, I can't say that word. A place where they serve alcohol. She was over there, doing a thing, pounding down some mega pints. I don't think that she was capable of making any sort of rational judgments at all. So where do we go from here? I think she's kind of crazy. I think she was probably a little buzzed, if not drunk, and she was possibly seeing things that weren't happening and taking it upon herself because she has a power trip based on her position. She took it upon herself to right a wrong, as she saw.
There was a ton of kids. It was the high school ball.
Did you think she was a minor?
Yes, I did. I actually thought she was, and that's why I was like,
I just don't understand. I don't understand why you went up and touched her.
While the officer attempts to argue personal space, Ida redirects focus to the opposing group, who she argues is known for disruptive antics. Atop the applause she claims to have received, she says she has the full support of the restaurant owner. The only problem is that Avery makes the same claim.
The restaurant comped our meal, they gave us 20% off our meal, they felt so bad. The restaurant was on our side completely. They didn't say my skirt was too short at all.
After Ida claims over the phone that a former employer requests that she close her LinkedIn profile, she returns to the police station to fill out a witness statement form.
I had my concerns from the get-go. And I'm going to just be straight up with you because this is kind of where we're at. You said you talked to her first.
Right, I was trying to talk to her, yes.
After you pulled her skirt.
Well, I covered her up.
Do you understand how a reasonable person would be like, I was just touched? No conversation before that? And then I actually thought she was a high school student. I didn't ask her. That's worse. The rest of all the kids over there. That's worse. That makes it.
Wow. Okay. So first I went up and talked to her, and then I touched her. And then, well, first of all, she didn't even mention the touching. And then it was I talked to her, and then I touched her. And then it was, well, I touched her first, but I thought she was a minor, as if that makes it better. It doesn't make it better. Actually, it makes it worse, because now you are violating a minor. You are touching a minor without the minor's consent. That's horrible. That's assault. That's assaulting a minor, a stranger, that you just decided to go up and touch her while you were probably drunk. It's not looking good. I have a feeling that this lady gets away with a lot of stuff because of her position, and she just thought that, hey, it's just another day for me to flex my power and authority, and this is where we are, right here.
First for me. I don't like that. You mentioned that you saw this girl's opening, pubic hair,
well, we can
creases,
see
all of the above.
Yep.
The girl has sent me a video of her twirling in that skirt, photos of the skirt. She was wearing underwear and shorts underneath her underwear.
Do you want me to put out there into the whole world that I saw her vagina?
I don't want you to touch her first off. How much had you drank that night?
I actually hadn't been drinking at all.
You were not drinking at all?
No, not before that.
Not before, it was after?
Right. We had dinner. We actually sat down and we had dinner.
You don't think alcohol is impairing your judgment for this?
No.
And when you're saying, I work for the state, I'm this and that, I'll do this, you're airing out that you got to be held to a little higher standard like me. The hardest part for me with this is I understand your concerns as maybe a mother and as a community citizen. I get that. But
well, not to mention
you took action on this. There was no incident. You created it. You put it into action. The consequences of your actions have been all of this. This has nothing to do with them. Today, you're going to be placed under arrest for sexual battery. Okay? So that's the unfortunate side of all this.
You're arresting me?
Yeah, right now you are under arrest, okay? So you'll just face my sergeant and put your hands behind your back.
Ida is placed in handcuffs without incident while the sergeant calls her son to pick up her car parked outside.
But I'm probably going to lose my job now because of it. And all I was trying to do is to be conscientious of the fact that she was really exposing herself. And, I've already told you, so I probably should quit talking at this point.
Ida Lorenzo was booked at the Purgatory Correctional Facility in Hurricane, Utah for sexual battery. According to news sources, the Office of the Utah Attorney General terminated her employment the next day. And despite wielding her position like a sword, she'd only been employed as a probationary worker for a little over a month. On July 28, 2024, Ida entered a plea in abeyance for a reduced Class B misdemeanor charge that would carry no sentence. Following a hearing which took place on July 29, 2025, the case was dismissed. If you'd like to see select new videos...
So hold up, she just got this job, and then she's feeling all puffed up about it. I'm in power, man. Yeah, it might be probationary, but in her brain, she's like, yeah, I got this job. Sent stone. I have the power. I have the power! So she decides to take it upon herself to touch a girl she doesn't even know who she thinks is a minor. Because she's not worried about the girl. She's worried about the people around her that could be children seeing this girl's hoo-ha. But see, if that were me, I would have said, first of all, I probably wouldn't have said anything unless I felt like this girl might eventually be in danger, because there are very bad people out there. And you do have to be cautious. As a woman, regardless of what you're wearing, you have to be cautious. But if you're wearing something like that, bad people see it as an open invitation sometimes. And you have to be aware, or at least say to the girls, hey, she might be wearing something that's a little revealing. There's some bad dudes around here. There's some bad guys out here that might take that as an invitation. So just keep an eye on each other when you guys are going out, if you're going to be wearing something like that. Where would you want? But just, you guys have something to protect yourselves on you or anything like that, because bad people, you know what I mean? I would have taken more of a position if I were to somehow make myself involved. I would have taken the position of their safety. Take their safety into consideration. Also depending on where they live, if they're in a city or if they're in a rural area, that's all this kind of comes into play. But this lady, I think, when it came down to it, she was just trying to flex her power. She just wanted to feel like the big boss, the big kahuna. And getting that probationary period job really just made her head completely inflated to the point where it popped. And she did some dumb stuff and reaped the consequences of her retarded actions. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Like and subscribe, join our memberships, comment below, ring that bell, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.